Rock 108. Hey, it's Ned hanging out once again for another episode of Ned's Coffee and Quarantine, where we interview bands that, well, they're not able to do anything. They're not able to tour, and I've missed out on one of my favorite rock festivals this year because of the pandemic coronavirus suckage. So we're really missing out on live music and bands. I mean, us fans are missing it, but the bands, dude, that's a whole different story. They are stuck. They're not able to do what they love. So why not spend some time hanging out with them on Zoom? Am I right? So today, I've got the man, the myth, the legend, Eric of Prevail. What's going on, man?
Man, I don't think I've been introduced that way. I'm a legend already. I can't believe that.
Well, I mean, if you're born and raised in Michigan, you instantly get legendary status. No offense, Iowa. I love you guys, but you know.
Hey, y'all got something great come out of Iowa. I'm a huge fan of. All right, so you slip that out there. So
hell yeah.
Give us something out here.
Dude, the local scene in Iowa, and I've discovered we have a show on the weekends called Noise from the Garage where our weekend guy, Alex, he plays just local music all from the Midwest, mostly in Iowa, but we've discovered so many amazing bands just from playing stuff on that show. And it's like, damn, man, so many cool bands out there.
I will say, when we started touring, we had locals on a lot of our shows. Iowa was always the one that had the bands that most impressed me the most. And I thought that was awesome. Midwest, there's something about the Midwest that just creates some really unique metal or great rock bands.
It's true because we have a gentleman that works here at the station. He lived on both sides of the United States. He lived on the East and West Coast. And when you come to like the Midwest, something about like that heavier sound and that rock, we love our rock and roll. I mean, you think of just in the area of Detroit, Michigan, the amount of bands that come out there. You mentioned Slipknot coming out of Des Moines, Iowa. It's just like where all these bands are coming from. Well, it comes out of the Midwest.
Absolutely. I don't know what it is, man. It's something in the water, something in the corn. I don't know.
Definitely in the corn. That is a guarantee. It's definitely the corn. And here in Iowa, it's sweet corn season right now. So we find trucks all over the place that's just sweet corn all over the place.
Well, I'm growing some sweet corn in my backyard right now. I'm waiting for it to come up. So
sweet deal, man. So what have you been up to hanging out in quarantine? How have you been keeping busy?
Well, like I said, I've been doing a little farming. That's I live in my grandparents' old place, and after they passed, I started taking care of the place. Me and my family. When you tour all the time, you don't get summers. That's when all the festivals and the tours happen. So this is the first time. Trying to look at silver linings. It's the first time I've been home for summer in five years.
Wow.
So I got to do some stuff around the house, put some lights in.
Yeah.
But now finally the first time I got to replant our grandpa's garden, and that's been fun. I've been about the basement and streaming. Got a stream set, been doing that last 3 months, and working on a little bit of Prevail material, starting some demos and stuff like that. And then my dad restores old cars. He's been doing that for 30 plus years. So I bought a old 1955 Chevy step-side pickup truck, and we're gonna do a full custom truck. So that's fun. I've been trying to stay busy because I know I'll be losing my mind also, or else.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, especially when 2021 comes around, I feel like these bands like you guys are being stuck in quarantine the way you are, being able to write, being able to record, being able to do live streaming, whatever it may be. And then next year, all the bands that were supposed to be touring this year are all pushing to next year. So everyone get your wallets ready. I mean, tickets are going to be flying all over the place. I mean, that's what we hope. I mean, it's such a wonder of like, what is 2021 going to look like?
Yeah, I'll start with the positive. I think there's going to be a renaissance in art. Just you think of all the other times in history, all the renaissances that have happened. They've all come from dark times, and I feel like this is one of the first times we as a country, as a world, as a nation, whatever, have had a really everything's gone to in some sense of the word shit, and you have bands that are been pulled off the road, like us. We just put out a record. We started touring, and we're just about halfway through a record cycle where we would then start thinking, okay, when can we play in tours? When can we play a writing session? And then when can we squeeze in another tour and another writing session? And then when can we have a record realistically done? Probably another year and a half after that, from our point. But now you have bands that got ripped off the road, and after a month or two, you're like, all right, this isn't going to be another month or week long thing. Let's start doing something creative. But whether it's writing new music or preparing something on the other fronts like merch or some sort of live stream or anything like that, I think you have comedians that have been pulled off the road that are working on new material. You have people like, I'm thinking when I was just starting this band with the other guys, when I was working 60, 70 hours a week between 2 jobs and still trying to take some classes and cutting work or skip out on family things because I'm driving out to the studio. Well, now you got people like my friends who are at home building their own studios. Well, now they've been got some sort of, check money saved up, whatever it is. They got nothing but time. And now they're just working on material. So from all aspects, whether the touring nation world level to the artists that are just starting out, I think in the next 3 to 5 years, we're going to have just a really rise of new material on all entertainment fronts, whether it's writing, movies, music. So long-winded answer, but I'm really excited.
No, that's a good answer though. I'm very excited too. I mean, even seeing some of the bands out there today have already started kind of like producing some stuff. Like From Ashes to New did a song called Panic. Bring Me the Horizon did one called Parasite Eve, which is a wonderful video game reference. And and just the lyrics of it as well too. And then I think Shinedown had Atlas Falls, and it's just like, it's really good, interesting material coming out. And next year, I think, like you just said, this flood is just gonna renaissance of just everywhere, man.
Oh, I totally, that's how I'm trying to look at it. I hope we don't have, like for us, we haven't really fully started writing. We just getting ideas off our brains onto the computer, and we got some more time here planned out where otherwise we would have been touring until, the winter. We would have had a couple of weeks to a month where we'd let's just unwind and then get in the studio. And then we would have done some wrap-up tours and then a little more writing and then a record. It would have been 2 years, where now it's like, all right, cool. We got some time, all this shit that we got to deal with and figure out. But now we can actually start playing, writing, and just be even if it's a quarter step, just a little bit ahead than where we were. I hope other acts and bands and creators are thinking the same way. And I think they are for the most part. And I love having that conversation with people because I think it's going to be great. I'm excited to see. We're not going to have any more shitty remakes of movies. We're not going to have part 17 of the same GD film. But you're going to have people stuck at home that will be like, I got an idea. I'm going to start writing. Or they have time to pursue these passions they have that they haven't. I'm done rambling. All right.
No. Ramble on, man. Well, and even to kind of go with that passion, like you said, you just started live streaming. Like I'm guessing on Twitch or which one? Twitch. All right. You gotta tell me what your name is on there. What's your Twitch name?
Well, Dylan and I both been streaming. Dylan's easy. It's Dylan Bowman, but the L's a number 1. Okay. Mine's my Instagram name, Dick Vanberg.
Okay, so cool.
You can find me on there. Dylan's got somewhat of a consistent schedule. Right now, I'm just going by the seat of my pants. I'm streaming almost every day, about 3 to 5 hours a day. But it's been fun. I've just been playing some Valorant, Fortnite here now, now and then. Had some issues with Call of Duty that I couldn't get it to work on my computer, and I finally got it. So I've been just starting to play that.
After like the 9,000 updates it's had recently.
Oh my God. And eating up all my memory and shit. But
it's nuts.
But other than that, I'm planning on just hanging outside. I built a bar back here. I'm going to have another camera set up fairly soon where I'm just going to sit and shoot the shit. Drink,
the just Legos. Chatting streams, as they call them.
I got Legos somewhere that I just got a new box of Legos. Oh, here they are.
Oh, dude, what is it?
New Legos.
Oh, Star Wars even. Hell yeah.
So I just find things to kill the time. I'm like, all right, I got everything done. I'm just going to hang out on stream for now. Let's do something. So just it's fun because there's people that I'm surprised that we're meeting on the stream. I've only been on 2 or 3 months, and there's people that didn't know I was a part of the band, and then they were like a couple hours into it, like, oh wait, you're in that band? That's cool.
Oh, you're not Prevail? Weird.
Yeah. But then there's other people that have been fans that have come over and watched the stream, and now they have an opportunity. While I got a handful of people watching, I can engage and talk to almost everyone that's in the chat, and that's been fun because we've been missing those moments where we go out and we'll do VIP for the bigger shows, so we have an opportunity to actually meet fans and have a quick chat with them. Or when you go out to the bar afterwards and you bump into a fan and it's like, hey, let's take a shot and say what's up, and then it's like those little moments. I miss those moments,
Yeah.
So to have like this a little bit of engagement where you can be like, oh, hey, welcome back. I recognize your name. How have you been? That's all. Oh, you saw this show. That's great. I can't wait to come back there. And you just have that moment. It's fun. And I think it's much needed on my end, just because that's a little bit of normalcy of my life,
And it brings it back to, I mean, Twitch and just even like what we're doing right now, Zoom meetings really kind of exploded again thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic.
And see, that's a thing too with I'm sorry to cut you off, but with the Renaissance thing with interviews and stuff, I've had out of the last 20 interviews, I've had 3 on the phone. Everything else has been on Zoom or something, Instagram Live or something creative and fun and cool. And you get a little bit of a look inside the artist's life. I get to see you in person. The next time we see, we'll be like, yo, let's take some shots, bro. But it's just on all fronts. It pushed people to try new things. And that's great. I'm sorry to cut you off.
That's beautiful, because that's kind of what I'm going into, is the fact that I'm never going to do a phone interview for the rest of my life. It's stupid. It's outdated. It's just like, because I even wrote a thing that where us as human beings need to return once again to having verbal communication with each other, because we text, and there's no tone of voice. There's no emotion behind those words, and you're not seeing facial expressions either. So it's just such a different thing, man. So like when I talk to someone like you over the phone, it's like, did I piss him off? I can't tell. I can't see his face. I don't know what to do. So,
well, dude, it just pissed me off today. I was up getting my coffee at Starbucks, and there's and everyone's spaced out, and there's only one other person in front of me at the counter, so I'm standing back, and she's on her phone the whole time, whatever, and barista comes up. She goes, "Did you have a mobile order?" Still here. She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Is there a name?" She goes, "It's whatever." And she looks at the 3 cups. "No, it's not it." She goes, "Oh, okay. It'll be right up." She goes, "Okay." Didn't look up. I was like, whatever. Then she comes over and brings her drink. And while she's talking, she goes, "I also have this, blah, blah, blah. I need the side of sriracha for my whatever." I had this whole conversation. Did not look up from her fucking phone once. And I'm just sitting here just boiling up like, you inhumane, just garbage monster. You couldn't even have the decency to look up. And even when I feel bad when I get a text or I check my phone and someone starts talking to me about, so sorry. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, right.
It's like, you couldn't even have the decency to be like, "Hi, my name's so-and-so." Like, I'm sorry, you bleep me here, just warning. What a fucking piece of shit. That's why I love this. And like I agree with you. The phone stuff, like even on my end, like you say a joke and I don't want to go, "Ha funny joke." Anyways, it's like, here's like, you see me just, it's funny. Yeah, haha.
I want to see you shrug your shoulders. I want to see like the look of disappointment of, huh? That's what I want to see. And now we have that chance. It's so like Star Trek, Star Wars type of stuff, man, that we're in 2020 and because of the pandemic, we've all learned this new way of like, hey, we can talk to people face to face again. I never thought that was a possible thing.
Right. I love it.
That story you're telling me though, I'm like actually kind of pissed off for that person at Starbucks now.
Man. And like, good on her. Like the barista, she was like so unfazed by it. And maybe that's saying something too, that like we're getting to the point where it's like, that's just normal, the new normal. So when I went up, she asked me, I was like, "Yep, my name, a little less ice, please." "Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate it." It's like, now I'm feeling like I'm going extra hard just to be like, "Hey,
that person sucked. Too. I'm way better."
Holy crap. But that just irritated me. And I'm trying not to let other people's dum-dums out there ruin my good thing. But
it's hard to ignore at the same time. It's like how you want to say something, but you also don't want to be that guy. Yeah. But at the same time, you're just like, this isn't right. And then we talk about it on Zoom.
That's why I'm like, maybe she had some she's got some horrible thing going on in her life and she's super focused on that.
Yeah.
Not my place to judge. But I'm mad.
Start strangling a little bit. Just feel it. So going back to the streaming world, because obviously if you have this set up, it's beautiful and great. And being able to communicate with people and whatnot. Now, you said you play Valorant, Fortnite, and how back do those gaming roots go? Because I am gamer guy since like 1992.
Well, let's see. I got my first was Super Nintendo when I was, I think, 6, and then
best
N64 was the one I really got into.
Well, I've got this tattoo here with a 64 logo.
Oh, that's
on
awesome!
it.
That's awesome.
I'm working on a sleeve here, and it takes a little while, obviously,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm working on a sleeve that's all video game related of like games that I grew up with.
Our
and whatnot,
guitarist Dylan has Mega Man and the red guy or whatever his name is, and a bunch of other.
Zero, yes.
Yeah. But he's got a whole sleeve thing going on too. But sad note, my first N64, I took it on tour with us once, playing the back lounge, and we happened to have a bus fire, and I got it afterwards, and it was part N64 and part pancake.
Oh,
It was completely melted. I was so heartbroken.
So sad, man.
So now I never take anything I'd give a shit about losing on the road now.
Yeah, really. What games were you playing on 64?
Oh man, my original Super Smash Brothers, Pokemon Stadium 2, Mario Kart, and there's something else I can't remember. All gone.
At least Zelda's Ocarina of Time in there somewhere?
I've never played Zelda.
Oh my god. Hold on, I'm gonna choke on my damn coffee. Okay, I will admit it's not for everyone. I can understand that, but
I just never played it as a kid. So when I got the one for the Switch, I played it for a minute, and I was like, oh, "Okay, this is really different than what I was expecting."
Yeah.
And then I just haven't picked it up yet. I've had so many other things to play, but it's not that I don't want to. It's interesting. I'm not bashing. I just never got into it.
It's not everyone's game. I agree. Zelda is one of those ones I hold near and dear to my heart. But I'm kind of that adventure guy, like Final Fantasy and those kind of things too. But
we're gonna have to talk to Dylan next time, our guitarist. You guys would connect on that.
All right.
So much.
Cool. I can dig that. So, I mean, video gaming and stuff aside, I mean, before we jumped on this interview, you and I are both from the great state of Michigan. You lived, and as us Michiganders do, man, you lived in this area somewhere in the thumb, right? Am I kind of close?
Down by Lake St. Clair. Remember Lake St. Clair? Yeah,
okay.
I'm off Lake St. Clair.
Oh man, I mean, and I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and you were telling me about this amazing pizza joint called Big O's in Grand Rapids, and that's the place you got to go, man.
Yes. And you know what? I've been saying Dylan's the guy that's from GR.
Oh, okay.
So even more, that's what I'm saying. Even more, you're gonna have that. You're gonna be like, oh yeah.
I'm feeling kind of bad because it's like, well, maybe I should have talked with Dylan this whole time. No. I want to talk to Eric. So, I mean, us Michiganders, if we know anything, especially if you live in the pretty close to, I mean, the first thing that people think about in Michigan is, oh, you're from Detroit. You from Detroit, man? You from there? So would you say when it comes to the Coney dog, if you spent plenty of time in the Detroit area, thumbs up, thumbs down?
It depends on the place, but big old thumbs up.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Something about, I mean, when in Iowa, it's all about sweet corn. And have you ever had because you guys have toured in Iowa before, did you ever hear about the huge ass tenderloins that this fine state has?
No, but I've heard about the Butter Cow and I've heard about Zombie Burger. I've had Zombie Burger and that's the tits. I love that place.
Dude, it's rad. And like all their stuff is like, themed after these old classic horror films.
Dude, I know when we're going to Iowa on tour and it's near Zombie Burger, I'm eating super healthy for the week leading up to it because I know I'm pigging out, I'm balling out when I go to Zombie Burger. Just get everything. Nope, it's all for me. You can go one bag, thanks.
This side of the menu, all of it, please. Kind of like Parks and Recreation. Like I'll take all the bacon and eggs you have. Thank you.
I don't think you heard me. I said all. I love that. That in The Office, man. I love those. Anyway.
Oh yeah, dude. Parks and Rec. I could watch that show consistently. And what's it called? Peacock. I think NBC released their own streaming service because there's 9 trillion streaming services out there today.
Yeah.
And they released Peacock, which I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to leave Netflix. I'm never going to be able to watch it again. And then it shows up on there and it's free. I'm like, life is safe. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those shows, man. I mean, even today, when I think about like TV and stuff, I have a hard time getting into like the brand new shows. The newest one, I don't know if you've watched this yet, is called What We Do in the Shadows.
I love the movie.
Okay,
love the movie.
You gotta watch the TV show. It's
love the movie. Good. And a friend told me it's one of those tour movies that I've only seen it because one guy brought it on tour and made everyone watch it. Okay. So it's like you ever watched The Room?
Of course. You're tearing
Okay.
me apart, Lisa.
I did not hit her. I did not.
It's bullshit.
I'm not. Dude, anyway, that was one of that. And what's the movie? Disaster Artist.
That's
that
a great movie.
That's a movie in Europe right before COVID. Every time I think of Europe, I think of COVID. I think of this, I think of that, and I think of The Room, because I watched it probably 6 or 7 times because I made everyone else watch it.
You gotta see this weirdness.
But what movie we were just talking about? What We Do in the Shadows.
Thank you. Yeah, they're right.
I ramble so bad. I've learned that I gotta remember where the story ended because I'm gonna take us to the next
I do the same. I work in radio, man. That's like my job. So it's all good.
But someone recommended me that show and they said it's great, and I just keep forgetting. Is it on Hulu or something like that?
It is on Hulu, or if you have like FXX or something like that, it's on there or whatever.
I got Hulu. I'm gonna start it tonight.
It's one of those shows, I mean, just like the movie, it's one of those shows that you just kind of have to like watch the first couple episodes because you have to understand that Taika Waititi humor where it's kind of like
dry. Yeah, dry humor. I love that.
But once you get into it, man, there's going to be this moment. I'm not going to spoil it too much, but let's just say there's cats and he's in a cat cage and that's all.
Okay.
And once you watch that, I'm going to be like, oh, that Ned guy told me about this scene. And if you don't laugh, I'm sorry ahead of time. But if you do, then
no, I'm binging it tonight. I just binged my last, I watched The Umbrella Academy. So I finished that last night.
That's the comic book done by Gerard Way, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Man,
that's the only reason I got into it was because I'm a huge My Chem fan. So I was like, all right, I'll support it. I'll check it out. Now I'm going to go back and read the comics before the next season because it's so good. It's so good.
I've been hesitant, maybe kind of like you with the What We Do in the Shadows. I haven't been hesitant because I don't want to watch it, but it's one of those shows I'm like, oh yeah, I got to watch that. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it's same. It's same for me.
Mm-hmm. There's what's that show too that I got into on Netflix? Castlevania. It's like the anime Castlevania. That's fantastic.
A fan of ours on my stream has recommended. He's a big fan of the game, and he's recommended the game a few times. So I'm gonna have to check out that series first because I'm not. I wouldn't say the gameplay. I'm not. I checked it out. Not for me, but maybe if I get into the show, maybe I'll go backtrack.
It's a cool story. I mean, I don't know if you ever watched the old late '90s Spawn HBO cartoon that was on.
Did.
Oh, that's bloody and gory, and so is Castlevania, bloody and gory. It's like anime for adults, and it's made in America, which is crazy enough.
I'm going to check it out now. Add that to the list.
Absolutely, man. You and I could just sit here and talk about media and video games and movies for the whole day, man.
Hell yeah.
Bring it on, dude. I mean, especially with today. I mean, if you look at like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those places, everything is COVID this, politics that, because there's no like new music coming, no brand new movies coming to the theater or whatnot. So it's like we're just covered in all this. And sometimes hearing about like a movie or hearing about a new song or something like that is like, man, humanity needs this more than anything.
Absolutely. That's why I've been doing like a social media cleanse where I'll post that I'm going live and I'll check something, but I'm not posting anything else. I don't feel the need because like I just don't have anything I want to. It's not. I don't know. There's too much toxicity right now, and I just don't even look and be a part of it. And now I'm thinking, having this conversation, thinking even more that when you go on Facebook right now, like that's why I've been staying off. It's like all you see, you swiping, and all these things that are going on, and you know there are more things. It feels like every day that's something crazy is happening, and you don't have those posts to break them up to be like, oh, I just saw this movie, blah, 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 go see it. And they share the trailer. And then you're going through, sad post. See this, you're like, oh, okay. And you're taking out for 2 minutes and you have something you want to go do and see. And then you have a reason to get out of the house. Well, now we have, nothing good for the most part. And then no reason to step out of the house. And you can't even really leave at this point. It's like, it's just all those things on top of each other. So I think that's why I'm loving this. I'm loving having this. This is the best interview I've had all day. Swear to God. And it's like, it's just shooting the shit and talking about enjoyable things that, you relate on and sharing things. I think that's great.
Because at the end of the day, man, we're a radio station. We're here to play rock and roll, have some fun, and bullshit about video games and movies.
Hell yeah.
Welcome to my life.
While drinking coffee.
While drinking coffee, dude. So, damn it. Oh, I had it in my brain. Do you ever have one of those brain farts where you're just like, I was going to say that?
All the time.
Oh, crap. Well, whatever. I forgot it already. Let me grab a cup of coffee, bro.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, I just had it. Damn it. Now I forgot it. Now it's going to be one of those things where it's like, oh, that was what it was. And we'll be done. And they'll be like, well.
And now it's like a sneeze stuck in your forehead.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, man. Oh, dude. Well, I know you probably got some things going on for the rest of the day, man, so I won't keep you forever, although I definitely could, which sounds creepy, but hey, whatever. That's cool. But is there anything you want the fans to know out there where they can kind of keep in contact or anything that's coming up here pretty soon?
Well, like I said, we Dylan and I have been streaming a lot, so if you want to check us out there and leave a comment and, have a combo, feel free. We'd love that. But other than that, on the band front, we've been working on a bunch of different things. We got a live record that we've been slowly but surely putting together. Now that we're home, we've been really working on putting some cool together. I'm a big vinyl collector, so I got my hands on making a vinyl for this. So that'll be coming out much later, but still in the works. We're dropping different lines for merch, so some cool stuff. If you feel inclined to check that out, that's awesome. But other than all that sales pitchy stuff, I just want to really say thank you to everyone that's been listening. Thank you to you guys for playing us. Thank you for everyone that's been listening, because I know it's hard with everything going on to just take a break and enjoy something. So for all the people that are watching and listening and leaving comments on our videos and our posts and all that, thank you for taking a break from this craziness to let us help you just take your mind off it. And for all that support, we are so lucky and thankful.
Straight up, man. Can't say it any better, man. That's awesome. Thank you, man.
You.
I appreciate that. I think it was something that I had to say about My Chemical Romance. All of a sudden, it just kind of hit me. Okay.
Umbrella Academy.
All right. Umbrella Academy. Now, when you were a My Chem fan, and I still am as well too, and they were supposed to have a pretty damn big year for 2020, did you go under the phase? Did you have hair in front of the eye and maybe some guy liner?
I didn't go that far, but I did I had really curly hair, and I didn't grow my hair out that long, but I straightened the front of it and cut the back, skinny jeans, bright colored t-shirts.
Yeah, dude.
Stopped at Hot Topic quite a lot. As soon as I got my own license, I could shop where I wanted to shop. And
then it was all over from then there. And that was before there was online shopping, so we had to actually go and get these clothes.
Yeah, thank God there's MySpace, but MySpace was hard to find now, and everything else has been wiped. So there's only a couple pieces of evidence of that out there.
All right, we'll do a Google search later. We'll see if we can find something.
Don't do that.
Well, Eric, man, dude, it was such a pleasure chatting with you. Now, we post this up at rock108.com. It'll go up on Friday. But before we do that, I have to have a picture, like a still shot, so that way I can put it for like the front page picture that we have. So we're going to take like 3 seconds of just like a quick pose. You can smile. You can do something weird. I don't care what you do, but give me 3 seconds of a still shot, and we'll do it up. So
all right, let's do this.
I think I got something. I'm gonna put on my Mortal Kombat mask.
I love it.
All right, there we go. And the blue hair works out. So by the way, I like your name, Eric in the Basement. All right.
Yeah, I didn't know what else to really put. So.
That's great. All right, I am ready when you are.
All right, ready?
All right. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Let me get this off. And I still have to do a show today. How the hell am I going to do that?
Oh, good luck. Put some whiskey in that coffee, and I'm sure
hell yeah, dude. It'd be delicious. Get me through the day. Well, Eric, dude, you're a freaking treasure, man. Thank you so much for hanging out, and hopefully see you on the road sooner than later, 2021, man. Hoping that that comes sooner than later, man.
Yeah, fingers crossed. But hey, thanks for everything. It's been a real pleasure, man. This is the best one I've done in the last couple of weeks. I swear to God, it's been.
That's
fun,
what we got.
so.
I mean, you can't. I mean, I can be like Mr. Gotcha journalist. Like, did you say this? It's like, fuck that, dude. I just want to hang out with people and have fun.
Well, hell yeah, man! I can't wait for a show. Now we officially met. We're gonna take shots, drinks, whatever your choice.
Absolutely.
But,
just look for the blue and teal hair.
I love it, man. I love it.
You'll find it. All right, man. Eric, dude, thank you so much, man. And I'll talk to you hopefully very soon.
Sounds good, Ned. Take care.